All right, welcome back. So next I want to talk about amortization expense. And so amortization, that's what we do to our intangible assets. Then we don't depreciate them, we amortize them. We only use the straight line method. It's the only method that's allowed. There's no units of production or anything else. There's no salvage value. And there's no salvage value because think about the Zyrtec I told you. Okay, so the company, I don't know who makes that one, they had a patent, and when the patent ran out, anyone could go make Zyrtec. No one was going to buy that patent from them because it was worthless. It offered them absolutely no protection against their competitors any longer. So same thing with if the copyright on Disney products expires, it will be worthless. Anyone could put Mickey Mouse on anything they want and they don't have to pay Disney a cent. So there's no salvage value when you're amortizing your intangibles. Amortization expense is going to be cost. Remember, our intangibles are usually only on our books when we buy them. Internally created intangibles aren't going to be on our books. They have a value, but that value is not recorded on our books for accounting purposes. So it's our cost, whatever we paid for it, divided by the useful life. Here's the thing with the useful life. Make sure that you understand what the legal life is. Okay, so if you buy a patent that only has 5 years left on it, then your useful life can be no more than 5 years because it's not useful once the patent runs out. For assets that don't have a legal life, then you have more flexibility as far as the useful life. But basically, cost divided by useful life is going to be amortization expense. So we have the formula, and let me see. Next on our thing is we're going to do an example. Okay, so the example is the company buys a copyright for $418,000, and the remaining useful life of the copyright is 10 years. Calculate the amortization expense. Okay, so for our example, our amortization expense is going to be the cost of $418,000 divided by the useful life of 10 years. So our amortization expense each year is going to be $41,800 per year. And then, let's just give us a little more board here. Then when we go to book the journal entry, we are going to debit We're going to debit amortization expense for $41,800, and then we're going to credit accumulated amortization for $41,800. Like the depreciation, we're not going to credit the actual asset. We're not going to credit copyright. We're going to credit the accumulated amortization. For $41,800. Okay, the last thing it wants to know is what is the net book value. So just like, let's make this a little straighter. Okay, sorry about that. Just like in our assets, our net book value is the cost of the asset minus the accumulated amortization. So I'm going to do some erasing here. If you didn't get everything you need, you can always rewind. That is the beauty of the virtual lectures. Okay, so to calculate the net book value, we have our copyright. Copyright's on our books at $418,000 minus minus accumulated amortization. So I take 418,000, which is what the copyright's on my book's at. I subtract my accumulated amortization, which after the first year is 41,800. And so my net book value, NBV stands for net book value, is 376,200. Okay, and that is it for amortization. In the next video, I am going to go through goodwill. All right, see you then.